Fantastic.
Don't worry.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Attack of the Show, our TV's only source for all of the stuff that you care about. Can you believe that? That's what we are. And I'm Kevin Pereira. It's nice to see you. Hello. I don't know what that was. It's a salute into a bow.
Very pretty.
A balut.
I'm Candace Bailey.
Hey!
Thanks. We are coming to you live from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles. On the old program today, brace yourselves for incoming profanity. Comedian Jim Norton from the Opie and Anthony Show will be here to show off his dirty mouth. And Drive star Ryan Gosling tells us about the thousands of cars destroyed while making his new action flick. If there's a Ford Mustang shortage this year, you'll know why.
It's odd, you didn't say Jim Norton's name the same way you said Ryan Gosling's. I'm sure he's going to be entirely okay with that.
Jim Norton.
Yeah, there we go. You're welcome, Jim. Plus, we'll take you to a vacation and a dead island and game break. It's great. Tropical breezes, fruity cocktails, and man-eating zombie cannibals for everyone.
Yay.
Then you know what's slim, powerful, and cheap? Aside from myself.
Wow.
It's the new Timeline X laptop by Acer, and Chris Hardwick will show it off in Gadgetron.
With myself.
Oh, well, that's something additional.
Time now to check out the top 5 things on the web.
Let's go around the net.
Number 5, a human pyramid.
Yeah, that turns into a human sacrifice.
The guy's like Tarzan swinging and doesn't end the same.
Oh, the concrete tree. It's like Jenga, except the pieces are people, and they get to land on the soft gravel and rocks instead of your living room carpet. So it's really not like Jenga at all.
No, it's not.
Described it.
You know, when I was a cheerleader, I fell off the human pyramid once. All the way to the top.
Well, that explains a lot, right? I mean, now that answers a lot of questions.
As a matter of fact, it does.
I'm all for the human centipede, but not the human pyramid. That makes no sense.
What's a human centipede?
It's not so bad if you're in front.
What's a human centipede? What is that?
You haven't seen it?
No.
Really?
Why don't you tell me about it?
Well, tell you, why don't I show? All right. Do we have any interns right now? Can we get 3 or 4 of them out here? No? You really don't know?
I don't know.
Okay, it's an end-to-end kind of thing. We'll explain it later.
In at number 4, a quality commercial by internet comedians Rhett and Link, who specialize in making great local ads for small businesses.
Yeah. Do you have taxidermy needs in Ojai, California? Great.
Yes.
This guy's got you covered.
You probably thought this deer was alive, and this coyote was alive, and this pheasant was alive. Nope, they're not. They're dead. They've been taxidermized by Chuck Testa.
Look at that antelope driving a car.
Nope, it's just Chuck Testa.
Oh no, there's a bear in my bed.
Nope, Chuck Testa.
Did that rhino just order a drink?
Nope.
Chuck Testa does not taxidermize pet.
That's awesome. Nope. Chuck
I love
Testa.
that, but I have to say, taxidermy is really weird.
What?
Ugh.
Well, you
Freaks
don't.
me out.
I think some people consider it a turn on. Don't you? It doesn't get you going?
No.
Oh. Well, I guess we got to add it to the big board of things that won't get you laid. So let's just throw it up there. There we go.
Thanks for composting.
That is a bummer to see. Not only do I host the show, but I also quote a lot of Adam Sandler movies. So that explains volumes. Today's number 3 item comes to us from the televised exemplar of human spirit, the People's Court.
Usually, when the plaintiff and defendant enter the courtroom to discuss their frivolous lawsuit, you can tell right away how good the episode is going to be by how much they're fighting.
Right. So you know that this episode was pretty damn amazing. That's sad. You know, the worst thing about being in a wheelchair is that you're at the perfect altitude to just smell farts. Because you probably don't think about it, but everyone is just probably constantly crop dusting you wherever you go.
Oh, okay, let me get this right. You think that is the worst part of being disabled? That.
I guess second worst behind the legs thing. I mean... Oh, come on! Come on! That's not fair!
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Hi, new studio guests. Welcome to Attack of the Show. Oh, not making friends.
When you're growing up, pursuing your passions. Let's start this one over. Can we go?
What?
Yeah, here we go. When you're growing up,
Wait a minute, this show's scripted? Sorry.
Third time's a charm. When you're growing up and pursuing your passions, there's nothing more important than your parents' support.
Or the lack thereof.
Break something, Ellen? Is that your plan?
No.
Look at your ankles.
It's okay.
This ankle is totally swollen.
I know.
So, you know what? Have a clue. Stop. You are not going to be the great break dancer you think you are. It's not going to work. You're good, but you're going to destroy your body before you get up to those little Asians level. So give it up.
That wasn't very polite.
Well, it's true. You're just destroying your body.
Those little Asians.
I love it.
I love that.
That's the woman that writes
incredible.
the email about the wheelchair joke, but has no problem calling all little Asians great breakdancers. That's the audience. But to be fair, part of growing up is realizing that some dreams just aren't going to happen.
You know, I agree with you there. That's true. When I was younger, I wanted to be an Olympic gymnast,
Really?
and it didn't work out.
But, well, I'm sorry, but that's a coincidence because I wanted to be an Olympic gynecologist. So we have something in common
No,
for once.
that's not an Olympic sport, Kevin.
Well, you have clearly never received a pass smear from me because I nail everything. Except the dismount. Sorry. Nice floor routine, though. What? Okay. Still ahead, if you like constitutional history and getting drunk, our number one ATN is for you.
Things get politically sloppy after the break.
Sloppy.
Gangsta.
Just so Twitter knows, yes, I realize I could be auditioning for the Miami Vice stunt show at Six Flags. I get that.
I like the way you look.
I
I
feel
think
like-
you look very nice today, Kevin.
I feel like I'm in line for pre-sale tickets to a Jimmy Buffett concert. That's what I should be doing.
Well, I like the blue because it brings out your eyes.
Stop it.
It
Don't get
does.
lost in them.
That's a little scary.
Yeah, you normally see this through blinds. All right, several years ago, our dumb Congress enacted legislation mandating that every network has to have their own reality cop show. For example, Animal Planet has the show where those ocean hippies try to solve whale murders. You know, G4 has every other show but ours.
And the Outdoorsy Times at the National Geographic Channel have Frontier Force. In this episode, they're actually protecting our neighbors from a very intoxicated Ron Paul supporter.
Read your Constitution!
Okay.
All right?
Are you going to take the preliminary about this?
No. What's the First Amendment? What's the First Amendment?
Stand right where you're at, okay?
What's the First Amendment? You don't even know!
This is the breath tester, okay?
I will gladly take that.
Okay.
What's the legal limit of hurting somebody?
Okay, listen. It's .08, okay? Brian, can you read this for me?
Yeah.
What does it say?
.3.
.301.
Yeah.
Okay?
Constitution!
All right, come on.
Yeah.
Right, come on.
Yeah. Constitution.
Have a seat.
Read it and live by it.
You're going to get some people that are naturally combative, maybe, and those people may not change so much, but the ones that... Here we go again. But, right.
Such a drunk, very ignorant man.
Hey, that was his campaign manager. Be nice. Actually, no one liked alcohol more than our nation's founders, Candace Bailey. I hate to tell you that, but it's true. And they actually had some special rules just for the drunks.
Quiet. Madison might hear us. Oh. Shh yourself, Franklin. Let's do what we came here to do. Fix the Constitution. All right. Article 1. Congress shall have the power to... Man, this is so boring. Yeah. No, write this down. Article whatever. If a man has drunken the alcohol of 2 men, then he shall be allowed to escape any form of law enforcement by yelling about the Constitution.
I'll ratify that right now.
Okay, now, if a man has drunken the alcohol of 3 men, then he shall have his first selection of the town whores from the local brothel. All in favor? Hey! What? If the man has drunken the alcohol of 4 men? Oh, is that even possible? Oh, believe me, it is. And it's crazy. Remember the time we pantsed that fat bastard Robert Morris? No, I don't particularly remember that. Or Hamilton's wig catching a flame after you tried to ignite your flatulent with that candle. Oh, that I remember fondly.
Hey, who's in there?
Oh, it's Madison.
That better not be Franklin and Baldwin writing in the Constitution again.
We must away. Yes. Oh, but first, let us relieve ourselves in Madison's inkwell.
Oh, wonderful, jolly good. Hey, come on, guys. I can hear you. Guys. Oh, come on. And then the inkwell. Come on, really?
We love our zombies. And whether they're fast or slow, there's no better thrill than taking down the undead with the swing of a bat. So, lucky for us, the open world adventure Dead Island is here to fulfill our zombie stomping needs. In this Left 4 Dead Fallout hybrid, the resort island of Banoi has been overrun by the walking and, in some cases, running dead. And it's up to you to cut across this tropical paradise to save the survivors and stop the outbreak. Choose between one of 4 characters, ranging from a quarterback with superior throwing skills to an ex-cop who's an expert with a blade. As you slice, dice, and bash your way through hordes of the infected, you'll earn experience points from completing missions and kills, which will level up your character and upgrade your skill trees. While there are guns, the majority of combat is melee-based.
You need to find a weapon.
You must rely on any weapon you can get your hands on, be it paddles, hammers, knives, or even broom handles. Unfortunately, weapons can only take so much abuse before they degrade and fall apart.
This weapon's all worn out.
However, you can loot bodies, luggage, and trash cans to find cash and other items that will allow you to repair and upgrade and even create weapons at various workbenches scattered across the island. But even with the best weapons, it's easy to get overwhelmed. You can very quickly find yourself falling before the legions of the infected. Thankfully, your death will only cost you 10% of your cash, and after a 5-second respawn, you're quickly back in the action. If you still find yourself struggling, however, you can grab a few of your buddies and have them jump in for some co-op zombie-crushing fun. Additionally, you'll also gain access to vehicles which will help you cross the island and will allow you to Carmageddonize a few zombies along the way. While Dead Island can be a little buggy at times, these flaws are outweighed by the sheer fun to be had of exploring the island, completing missions, and, let's be honest here, putting a hurtin' down on the undead. With 20 to 30 hours of gameplay, along with dozens of side missions and unlockable achievements, Dead Island is the perfect game for the day when the zombie overlords take over. And until that day comes,
why don't you keep your baseball bat close at hand?
Feel weighed down by your current laptop? Either put it on a diet or check out this Gadgetron.
Looking for a thin and powerful laptop on a budget? Well, the 13-inch Acer Timeline X might just be the computer for you. Powered by a second-generation Intel i5 processor and 4 gigs of RAM, the Timeline X packs plenty of power into a 1-inch aluminum body. Featuring the NVIDIA GeForce 540 mobile graphics processor, this machine packs plenty of punch combined with up to 9 hours of battery life and a 500 gig hard drive. The Acer Timeline X can be yours for only $750.
Welcome to Chris Hardwick!
Every time before the thing, our stage manager, Andy, who, by the way, has acid for blood and spiders where his heart should be, he always goes, after the thing, do your little walk over. I'm like, don't call it a little walk. That's so today I'm like, fine, I'll give you a little walk over, Andy.
I love the walk.
It's
very
all right.
nice.
All right.
The Acer Timeline X is supposed to be sleek and ultra portable. This is a 13-inch model, and it weighs just 4.2 pounds. So what are your thoughts on the design?
I like it. I mean, it's not necessarily my favorite kind of design. I sort of like rounded edges. Is very angular, which I think is pretty.
Can poke your eye
It
out.
feels very much like a well-designed PC. But I do recognize that it is an inherently attractive machine. It's just not my flavor. But the cobalt aluminum is actually I like that. It's smooth. It's not too shiny.
I like the
it's
color.
very subtle. The bottom looks smoother than most PC laptops. It's still the black plastic with the vents on the bottom. So I don't know how much you're going to be looking at the taint of a laptop. But if you like it's flush. If you want to see stickers and vents. There's 3 USB ports, one of them being USB 3.0. Well, hold that. There's also a VGA out. What? Where's my phone jack? Acer thought it would be nice to include all these great stickers on the front right here, just to let you know what's what on the front there.
That is a
all
lot.
these great stickers. All these companies had to put stake in this. So there you go. Now Oh, am I still talking?
I think so.
This is not scripted, by the way, Candace. This is all off the top of our heads.
This is off
During
the top of our heads,
testing, the trackpad felt narrow. The keyboard, you can see right there, it does feel narrow. The keys were a little mushy. That's clearly not my hand.
A little mushy.
Yeah, that's right there.
Okay, now most 13-inch laptops have CD
Wait a minute,
drives.
that was just Matt Myra trying to show off his friggin' Omega watch that he's so proud of. What a dork. All right.
Where's the CD drive?
What? There's no optical drive. Which
Why?
actually,
Why?
I know. Well, I mean, you don't. Like,
I'm confused.
We're getting to a. Well.
It's freaking me out.
No, it's fine. Some machines have them, and this one doesn't. It's very black and white that way. But I don't understand why it's 4.2 pounds and there's no optical drive. That's what I can't wrap my mind around. 4.2 pounds, not super heavy, but if you're lugging it around in your backpack,
It's like a good weight.
Yeah, it's thin. It still seems like there was room for one, so I don't know why they didn't put it in there. But whatever, it's not. We don't really need it as much.
All right, there's also, I don't know what you're saying. There's also this long Dolby home speaker, theater speaker. How does it sound?
It actually sounds really great. This is one of the best sounding 13-inch laptops
It's
we've ever
very
seen.
long.
Yeah, I mean, laptops of any kind, this is some of the best speakers we've heard. There's very little distortion. You can choose 3 modes, game, movie, and music. The sound was full and dynamic in each of the settings, which is nice.
But how did it perform?
It really well, and honestly, it performed really, really well. We streamed HD video from Netflix. Hulu found the machine didn't get as hot as we expected, which is nice if you don't want to burn off your penis or fuse your vagina shut. Applications were quick to.
And
You might. I don't
nobody
know.
wants that.
I don't know what you want to do. Applications were quick to open. We played 3D games on here with minimal frame rate issues. It's got an Intel 2.3 i5 processor, and you can really see the performance when you get it up and running. Startup was okay. It wasn't the fastest we've seen. It's about a minute from power up. So it's a decent machine.
All right, so how's the battery life?
The battery life is really pretty good. Real world use meaning, watching videos, going on the net, checking email. We got almost 7 hours, which is pretty spectacular.
That's
But then
nice. That's a lot of
when we
time.
kind of fired the machine on all cylinders and just beat the crap out of it, we still got 3.5 hours. So even that was pretty impressive. So the battery life is good. It's probably why it's heavier.
Yeah.
Wow,
I
nice.
love that clap that they do in there. Yeah! And you can buy the 13-inch Acer Timeline X on Amazon right now for
Ron Paul!
$750. Having said all that, what are we rating this?
I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5.
No way!
I know.
No way!
This will now run on the almost anything you throw at it. I think it looks great for a PC. The sound was impressive. I do wish the trackpad was a little bit larger, but that's a minor gripe. If you're looking for a 13-inch machine under $1,000, I say go for it. It's a good buy.
Yay! All right, that's it for today's Gadgetron. But if you have a gadget you'd like to see us rate, email us at gadgetpron@g4tv.com. Now over to Kevin.
Thanks.
Ron Paul!
Still ahead, Ryan Gosling tells us how to drive a car so hard it bursts into flames. And later, the Opie and Anthony Show's Jim Norton will be here live to discuss current events like ScarJo in the nude. Hello.
On Friday, September 23rd, Abduction rides into theaters, and so can you. We're giving away an Aprilia Sports City 250 motor scooter. To enter the contest for a chance to win this awesome ride, visit our website at g4tv.com/epic giveaway. Get your entry in between now and September 22nd by 3 p.m. Eastern to be eligible. We'll announce the winner later that day on the show.
Who give you all these stats on me and stuff like that? Because you're messing up names.
It's a LexisNexis search.
Well, don't ever go to that website again.
Let's check in with the old Twitter wall, shall we?
Okay, we shall. DBibs21 says, AOTS twice for some reason. Me, please capture Candace Bailey's reaction to the human centipede on video for us. Yeah, Candace really didn't know what the human centipede was. What face did you make? Show him. That was pretty much it. Yeah.
Something like that.
It was a quick explainer.
It's a really pretty face, I know.
But now that you know about it, don't you feel like a better human being?
No.
You shouldn't.
I wish I didn't know.
I think the cool thing about the centipede is that the only thing
with people?
Look, the only thing better than a twice grilled burrito is a twice digested burrito. You know what I'm saying? And that's what makes the centipede so powerful. All right, party of one. For that Twitter gem, here's what you won!
Star Wars: The Complete Saga on Blu-ray! This handcrafted 9-disc set includes all 6 Star Wars features, 3 never-before-seen documentaries, brand new interviews, deleted scenes, and much, much more. Star Wars: The Complete Saga on Blu-ray. Use only as directed.
That was awesome.
And for those of you who didn't win, we're sorry, but you can still buy your own. Yay! The Star Wars Blu-ray box set is available in stores tomorrow.
Now listen, we don't sink billions of dollars into the U.S. military for the stylish uniforms.
We do it because military tech is awesome.
Absolutely.
Sometimes the best offense is a good defense. And when it comes to defending today's troops, these military innovations are leading the charge. You can't hit what you can't see, which is exactly the thinking behind the adaptive cloaking device. Developed by Base Systems, the technology uses hexagon-shaped plates that can be mounted to tanks, helicopters, or warships. Once activated, the pixelated skin mimics the temperature of a vehicle's surroundings, making it invisible to infrared sensors. The cloaking device can also confuse enemy surveillance by changing the perceived shape of the target, such as turning a tank into the form of a harmless passenger car with a flip of a switch. And by displaying infrared identification on Allied vehicles, the developers expect the technology to minimize the threat of friendly fire in the heat of battle. According to Base Systems, the cloaking system will be ready for mass production within 2 short years. Keeping troops out of the line of fire is the best way to keep them safe. So why send a soldier when you can send in a Dragon? Meet the latest unmanned ground vehicle to tear up the battlefield, the Dragon Runner 10. Originally developed for the U.S. Marine Corps, this tiny bot is just 15 inches long and weighs only 10 pounds, ideal for quick deployment into hostile environments. Powered by a video game-style controller, once in the field, the Dragon Runner sprints easily over any terrain. And with its mountable cameras, sensors, and robotic arms, the DR-10 is the ideal piece of tech for providing information on enemy movement or disarming IEDs. But it's not just combat units that are clamoring for the DR-10. Police bomb squads and emergency first responders hope to harness this Dragon in the fight to save civilian lives. But if your unmanned mission requires a bit of heavy lifting, then you're going to need the K-Max Aerial Cargo Drone. Thanks to the innovators at Lockheed Martin, this fully autonomous helicopter is designed to resupply our troops in the field while keeping convoy drivers and pilots out of harm's way. Operated by little more than a laptop computer, the 6,000-pound K-Max can lift and transport its own weight in cargo due to the extra power generated by its twin-rotor system. Just last week, the K-Max successfully completed a series of tests in the Arizona desert meant to replicate conditions found throughout the Middle East, which means U.S. Marines in Afghanistan could expect to see their new airborne ally as early as this fall. Whether they're up in the air, low to the ground, or hidden in plain sight, this new batch of military tech is standing tall on the front lines of soldier safety.
Hooray! It's time for our news segment. We got a Pulitzer Prize for it.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't win the prize. We found it in one of NBC's dumpsters, but it's in our shelf, so it counts.
Yay! Thanks, guys. Right now it's time to start the feed.
All the news you need to know. The feed.
It's Thursday, September 15th, and here are your top stories. Hey, did you agree to PSN's new Terms of Service agreement yet? Okay, well, if you did, that means you can't sue Sony. What? Let me explain. The new TOS includes a no suing clause. It says you can't participate in any class action lawsuit against Sony or its online services. You know, in case they're hacked and your personal information is leaked to the entire internet. However, you can opt out of the clause by sending a letter in writing to Sony within 30 days. Next step, I don't know, Googling a letter? How do you do that? I don't know. I just read words. Astronomers just discovered Tatooine! Well, not really, but they just found a planet that does have two suns, and that's cool. NASA's Kepler telescope recently spotted a Saturn-sized planet that's the first of its kind. According to researchers, it circles twin stars in the Cygnus constellation and is a cosmic occurrence they never thought was possible. The finding tops off a big week for astronomers around the world. All told, about 74 new exoplanets have been discovered this week alone. Really cool. But you know what my guess is? This is just a clever marketing scheme for the Star Wars Blu-ray box set that's coming out. I see what you did there, George. It's smart. Good thinking. Nothing sucks more than coming home hoping to get your latest Amazon haul and instead finding nothing but a slip of paper. But now UPS is trying to make missed deliveries a thing of the past. If you sign up for their new My Choice service, UPS will notify you by text, email, or phone the day before your package arrives. If you won't be home for the 4-hour window they provide, you can easily authorize the release of the package online. Not included in the service, a way to tell the drivers to stop wearing those short shorts. Okay, wait, I gotta be honest, they made me say that on the prompter. I don't really feel that way. If you've ever seen Kevin James in King of Queens and his UPS little short shorts, oh my God. He's like finger licking good. It's like,
I just need to say, Sarah is for real.
Yeah.
And she is really into Kevin James. I learned this last night.
I want his bones so bad. I don't know what it is. Love you, Kevin. I'm putting it out there. I'm here.
Oh, someone clip that out for me.
No, Kevin James. Kevin James. Kevin James. Not Kevin Pereira.
Don't care. Said it.
And finally, it's time for the Bark.com story of the day. When you go to a spa, you expect to get the royal treatment. But what you don't expect is to leave with an eel in your wangus. Oh my God. A 56-year-old man in China was bathing in live eels. I don't know why. I guess he was to cleanse his skin, whatever. Anyways, an ambitious little squirmer decided to snuggle into it went into his urethra. Upon feeling a sharp pain, the man tried to grasp the slippery little critter, only to feel it fully slide inside of his weenus. He then had to undergo a 3-hour surgery to remove the 6-inch guy from his bladder. Okay, I don't Oh man, if you're gonna bathe with a bunch of little tiny water snakes, put on some underwear! Hello! Please, right?
Agreed.
Cool. Ugh, I'm Sarah Underwood, and you've just been fed. Now I want to throw up. Back over to you guys.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Sarah. Listen, when something goes wrong on G4, it usually involves puns.
But in Drive, a job goes wrong and awesome car chases ensue.
Oh.
Need to get the out of Dodge in a hurry? Then hitch a ride with Ryan Gosling in Drive.
I drive for movies. Yeah, I didn't really care about cars before. I loved to drive. I loved to drive around at night and listen to music, but I didn't know anything about cars. I didn't really get it, but now I do. I get it.
You put this kid behind the wheel. There's nothing he can't do.
The making of this movie was so much fun, but the prep process was so fun too, because we would basically go to this church parking lot and drive this car that was there until it caught on fire. And then this tow truck would take it away, and I would go to the shop and work on rebuilding the Chevy Malibu that the character drives. I was really scared that when we got to the set, that like the car would break down and I'd have to call in like a real man to come in and fix the car. So I just wanted to know at least about the car that I was driving.
Might put him to the test, see what he can do. Kid's amazing.
I kept the car that I restored. That's the one I got to pick. The other cars, we were basically just what car companies were going to give us cars for free because we couldn't afford cars. It was a really low-budget movie, and also a lot of the car companies were afraid of the violence in the movie, and they didn't want to be associated with it. So Mustang was the only one that manned up and gave us some cars. No. These stunts are dangerous, and the stunt guys are really putting themselves on the line every time. They're just so good at it that there's not really that much of a risk, but of course there is. The first really scary moment for me was when I was learning how to do these 90s. I just would drive towards the pylon as fast as I could, and I would get lockup, and you're just sliding towards the target. And then you'd go 90 degrees on the wheel, and you're supposed to line up your passenger window with the target. And I did it maybe 10 times, and I hit the target. And then Darren got out of the car. He was like, all right, now do it to me, because you're going to be doing it to a camera, and there'll be a man behind that camera. So I want you to feel the fear. And I just drove at him as fast as I could, and I got locked up, and I'm just sliding towards him, and I pulled the 90. The car just came like right up to his leg. It was just the best.
This driver's got to go, Bernie. He's got to go.
High impact action at breakneck speed. Drive. Get out of the way or become roadkill.
Stay tuned. Comedian Jim Norton will be here live. Standards and practices.
Fail. You're dead. Major fail. Fail. Fail, 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 fail. You lose.
Folks, it's time to meet the only guy who's gotten kicked out of more Vegas strip clubs than myself. Please welcome Jim Norton, everybody.
Oh, thank you.
That is not paid for. They are genuinely huge fans, as am I, sir. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Can you look at me on what an ugly man on camera I am.
What are you talking? It's like a...
Oh, just like somebody put a tumor on a chair. Ugh, my stupid feet all splayed out. All right, sorry.
What is it? No, I think you're a very handsome man.
Thank you.
You've certainly hotted up over the years, and I cannot wait for your celebrity sex scandal to hit the web. Is that going to come? Because
I don't think so, because they can't make it a scandal if you tell on yourself. What are they going to do? What are they going to say? Jim took a girl out and actually treated her nice and didn't offer her money? I mean, there's nothing they can say.
You're the guy that tweets photos of her penis every day, hoping somebody will talk about it, right?
I'm dying to start a buzz about my penis. Nobody will. I almost said nobody will bite, but I'm like, no, they will.
No, they have. If the price is right.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? The Scarlett Johansson freaking out. Oh, it got hacked. There's naked photos of her online. Celebrities doing that kind of thing.
I love it. I mean, only because I like Scarlett Johansson. Let's be honest. If it was Yaphet Kotto, I wouldn't have enjoyed it nearly as much. Good reference.
That's right. Hold on. Can we check the wiki on that one?
No, Yaphet Kotto. That's a great reference in 1976. That was really.
He was in Blue Collar. All right, but no, Scarlett Johansson, what a great ass she had. There's nobody that doesn't like to see Scarlett Johansson naked. So I feel bad that her phone was hacked. But it's like, if you look that good, people are going to want to see you naked.
Right.
So just protect your photos. I have photos of my hog. Anybody who wants to see him, I'll send literally, even if I say to you, like, hey, do you want a picture of my penis? If you don't say no fast enough, I'm texting you a photo. Yeah.
You're asking as you're holding up an 8x12 glossy
absolutely.
right to their face.
If you don't want to see this, close your eyes, whore.
Good to see you, Mom.
Oh, she knows. She took it.
Exactly. Now, while we're on the subject of photos of penises, I am shocked you did not grab one of Ron Jeremy's. Because we learned on your CD that you actually engaged in a threesome with Ron Jeremy, and you didn't get a photo.
I do have photos. I have 2 photos of
from the event?
From the event. Dennis Hoff, the owner of the Bunny Ranch, took them. It was me and Ron. Picture the letter H. That's pretty much with the girl in between us. That was what we looked like together, and I
would imagine the A, because I thought you guys were high-fiving over her, like Eiffel Tower style.
No, she was on her hands and knees in between us. Ron invited. It looks like Ron has sweatpants on, and it looks like that he's not naked, but he really was having sex with her. And for me, I look like so awful. I'm in my suit, and I'm like that. Like I just and you could actually you could see my mule in both pictures. It was really they're great shots. Yeah, it's I'll show you. After.
Was it like a Sears portrait studio? There was a tasteful backdrop and a soccer ball that she was kneeling on.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was like a cloud backdrop we put in, something just for the family.
Where do you keep photos like that on your phone, or do you print them out, put them on the fridge? What do you do with something like that? You can't really show them off.
Oh, yes, you can. Absolutely. Of course you can. I would love that. To train with Ron Jeremy. Who would object to that? That's acceptable in all circles. But yeah, I'll show anybody who wants to see it. I love it because my hog looks really good in it, which is abnormal,
Was it?
Yeah.
Was there a smoke machine? Was it backlit? Why is it?
Well, there's Photoshop. There's always ways to zoom and,
I wanted to. Did we just cut to a photo of it? Did I miss that?
No.
Oh, okay, good. You are very active on Twitter, which I love, and recently you talked about the director of The Exorcist,
William Friedkin. Yes.
He's catching a lot of flack right now. He basically said, for those who don't know, that Hollywood is out of ideas. They're sort of dumbing down the industry. It's lowest common denominator with these comic book movies and whatnot. And you were on his side.
100%. It's not that I don't like comic book movies. I think they're great. But what he's saying is that the people that used to run the studios were I think people that made movies, and now they're all agents and lawyers. Nobody likes lawyers. Nobody enjoys a creative decision from a lawyer. Because the lawyer's never going to go, well, here's what's funniest. He's going to go, well, here's what will prevent litigation. Who wants to talk to a guy like that? Right. Lawyers should be burned alive. Nobody thinks they're funny or interesting. So William Friedkin was right. And when you look at the movie, all they're doing is remaking movies. Straw Dogs is coming out. That should be great. It was great in the 70s when Dustin Hoffman did it.
Right.
I understand remaking movies. Why am I talking so quick? We get it, Jim. We get it. There's nothing worse than somebody talking too fast. They think they're not being heard. I'm sorry. That's my little man complex.
I thought you talked to your hand.
Yeah, I do.
But what about adding, Top Gun's coming back, but now it's in 3D. You gotta love that, right?
That's what I'd love to see homoerotic stuff coming right at me. That's right. That's perfect. That's good. Oh, look, it's Goose. Yeah, I don't mean to.
No, that's true.
I don't mean to blow it for anybody, but Goose dies.
And he's CG. I followed you for years because, again, I am a legitimate huge fan of yours.
Thank you, man.
And I don't. When you say something like what I'm about to say, it might sound disrespectful, and it's not. But it seems like recently you've blown up. Like recently, last few years or so, it seemed like. Was there a switch that flipped or a corner that was turned for you? Am I completely off base?
No, not at all. I mean, it's just progressive. It's like anything you do, because I'm doing radio and I'm writing and I've done some TV stuff. It's almost like my stupid face just shows up, and people, after a while, have to do something with it, because it's like, all right, that thing again. So I find that I don't think I'm too good to do anything. Like I do a lot of the late night talk shows and this and Fox and I do E and any channel that would have me on. I love to talk. So I think it's just cumulative, to be honest.
Are we going to see you on Sprout anytime soon?
I don't even know what Sprout is. Okay. But if they'll have me, I'll do it.
Oh, God. Yeah. It's like, you on Yo Gabba Gabba would explode my mind. If there's any way we could get you on that.
Oh, dude, I would get naked and crawl into a badger hole. If they were...
That wasn't a euphemism, was it?
No,
okay, I didn't think so. Now, are you at a point, though, where creatively you're in control of your own destiny? If you want to do a project, it can happen? Or are you still beholden to the lawyers that are making decisions in this
You're
world?
always going to be beholden to them. I mean, certain guys have what they say, final edit. Spielberg, Kubrick had it, but all of us have to play the same game. But I feel creatively now I can kind of do what I want, and the price you pay for doing what you want is you don't get as many opportunities as you would like to get. But at the end of the day, I like what I do. So it's like, you have to it's a trade-off. If I like what I do, am I willing to accept less opportunities? And at this point, yes.
Well, whatever you do, we'll be watching. We are all huge fans, and it's a pleasure to have you here.
Oh, I appreciate you guys having me.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Jim Norton, everybody. You guys can check him out on Opie and Anthony every single damn day, and on Twitter at Jim Norton, and every tweets. He's also performing live at the Tampa Improv starting September 29th. Still ahead, more Attack of the Show. We promise. Thanks, man. That was great. I appreciate it. See you later.
Zombie and puppy cuddle fest.
Coming up tomorrow on an all-new Attack of the Show. May the Force be with us. Chris Gore rates the long-awaited Star Wars saga on Blu-ray in an all-new DVD Tuesday. Morgan Webb gives us the lowdown on Resistance 3. Is it the year's best PS3 game? Then Grace Helbig heads to the crazy Southern California porn convention, LA Exotica, and enters a screaming orgasm contest. See it tomorrow.
Oh, hey there, Twitter Wall. We missed you.
Did we?
We did.
Okay. Well, you want to read one?
Sure. Please have Sarah. Oh, what are we doing? I hope you read this. I get such strange reactions to my screen name. I would love to see yours. What was that? Are we doing some bit here?
My eye started twitching, and I thought that was like a scanner's moment. I thought my head was going to explode. I felt. What? Are we good? Oh, I thought that was part of the guy's Twitter name. His name is Bald Fat Guy. I don't know why that's. I mean, is that strange of a screen name?
No.
Okay, good. I'm glad they wasted air on that. Bearded Albino says, Sarah, I kind of look like Kevin James and can buy a pair of short shorts. You should give me a call sometime.
Hey.
Man. Paul Blart is what gets you going, Sarah?
Yeah.
That's what revs your engine?
Oh, my God.
Why?
Anything. Any Paul Blart, whatever he wants to play.
Really?
I really like him.
Wow. Okay. Well, hey, that was a show today, wasn't it?
Great show. Great show today.
That's not the adjective I would use. It was interesting. But there was one part that I think stands out. I think for really all the shows we've ever done, it's probably one of the best portions of Attack of the Show. Do we have it ready?
Love you, Kevin. Love you, Kevin. Love you, Kevin. Love you, Kevin. I'm putting it out there. I'm here.
Yeah, that was it. She loves me.
Oh, Kevin.
She loves me. I knew she loves me. Hey.
I love you, Sarah.
I love you, Kevin.